Her eyes met mine and we smiled. Uncle Bill was at her side. They found their way to us and hugged us for a long time, as if they had missed us. I liked the way it felt. Aunt Olivia kissed our cheeks, and Uncle Bill patted the tops of our heads. Aunt Olivia took my hand and I held on tight while Ruth weaved her way through the crowd with Uncle Bill. We walked out of the station doors and a waiting taxi took us to the hotel. Uncle Bill sat in front with the driver. I said to Aunt Olivia, "We got 3 pairs of shoes." Aunt Olivia squeezed my small hand in hers and said, "You can have anything you want. All you have to do is ask." Ruth told Olivia about the porter and how he brought us what he called sweet treats for sweet gals. "He brought us cream puffs and I ain't never tasted nothing so good." Olivia said quietly, "Ruth, ain't is not a word. I don't want to hear you say ain't ever again." Ruth hung her head. "Yes, ma'am. Our teacher, Mrs. Red Cotton, taught us that, and I've been reminding her," I said. "But she don't know no better." "Doesn't know any better," Olivia corrected me. I looked at Ruth, who was smirking, and said, "Yes, ma'am." I looked out of the window as we pulled away from the station, and right then I wished that I was home, shoeless, sitting on the porch swing, listening to radio music, watching Ruth twirl in the moonlight. Then I said, "I could be a school teacher." "You certainly could, Leah," was Olivia's reply. Ruth added, "I could be a teacher too." "You could, Ruth." Olivia looked out of the taxi window into the streets of the city that was still awake. Morning came and I looked around the hotel room Ruth and I were sharing. It had a door that led to Aunt Olivia and Uncle Bill's room. Wallpaper with streaks of gold covered the walls, and the bed had 4 posts that nearly touched the ceiling. The sheets were white and crisp, the bedspread pink and yellow, the floor covered with a burgundy carpet. A bouquet of yellow roses sat on the dresser. I felt like a bird in a nest, soft, warm, and at ease. Ruth, already dressed, hair combed, red ribbons tied to the ends of her 2 braids, burst into the room. "'Bout time you woke up, lazy bones. I've been awake. I crawled out of the bed while you were still snoring. I saw Aunt Olivia and Uncle Bill kissing, him trying to get his hand up under her skirt, her squealing like a baby pig," Ruth giggled. Aunt Olivia knocked on the door and we both jumped like wind-up toys. "You're awake, I see." She kissed Ruth on her forehead, sat on the bed, kissed me on the cheek, and caressed the top of my head. Her hand rested on my shoulder, and her softness filled the room. "Thought the Sandman might be trying to keep you." "Morning." I sat up in the bed. Aunt Olivia smiled. "You look very much like your mama when she was your age, Leah." "Beautiful." "What about me?" Ruth asked. "Why, I would say you look like me if anyone were to ask," Aunt Olivia replied. Ruth walked over to the mirror and examined her face. "Am I pretty?" "As a picture, I'd say." "Leah, you get washed up and dressed because Mr. Chappell is downstairs having his coffee, waiting on us for breakfast. Hurry along." She turned and walked out, leaving the door half open, white slip showing. Ruth and I giggled. "Told you." Ruth left the room and closed the door. Sunlight danced into the room from the open window. A breeze split the sheer white lace curtains down the middle, and I played a game trying to catch the spots of sun with my feet. Then I remembered that I was in a hurry. I washed my face and hands, put on a white sundress, white socks, and new white tennis shoes, brushed and braided my hair, and straightened the bed. Ruth opened the door without knocking and said, "Red on Monday, gonna be hot. White on Monday, gotta eat a frog." "Today is Tuesday," I said. "So," she said, "red on Tuesday, still gonna be hot." Aunt Olivia was dressed in navy blue, and we looked